Hey y'all, thanks for tuning in to another episode about archaeology and restoration at Somerset Place. Today, we are discussing the reconstruction and opening of the Plantation Hospital. Before this project began, archaeologists conducted an excavation at the site of the hospital and removed the remaining underground structural features. You can learn more about these two projects by watching our previous videos in the Archaeology and Restoration series. By 1998, Somerset Place and North Carolina historic sites had made the decision to reconstruct the Plantation Hospital, as well as one of the two-story houses for enslaved persons, later named the Sukey Davis Home. That year, M. Ruth Little of Longleaf Historic Resources was hired to conduct research on these buildings and prepare a structures report. She published the report in April 1999 to, quote, provide sufficient documentation to guide an architect in the preparation of drawings and specifications for the historically and architecturally justifiable reconstruction of the Plantation Hospital. Little's report contained primary source information about Somerset's hospital, a review of previous archaeology projects done at the site of the hospital, general historical information about slave hospitals in the Antebellum South, as well as recommendations and drawings for rebuilding the hospital. These recommendations including putting glass windows on the hospital, an idea supported by 20th century photographs of the building, as well as a large amount of window glass discovered during archaeology. She also recommended whitewashing the hospital's interior. In addition to Little's report, a previous investigation of a historic two-story house in Pea Ridge was also consulted in the reconstruction project. In February 1997, historic restoration carpenters Russ Steele and Doug Aycock learned the Chesson House, which tradition held was moved from Somerset to Pea Ridge when Josiah Collins III owned land there, was going to be renovated. Before workers began the renovation, Steele and Aycock visited the Chesson House and made detailed drawings and notes about the dwelling's construction. From 2000 until 2002, Somerset site manager Dorothy Sproul Redford hosted a series of working groups with scholars and other professionals whose expertise in antebellum history would help the site properly interpret the reconstructed Plantation Hospital. Among the questions the working groups explored were: how were treatments in the hospital part of the larger plantation system at Somerset Place? What were enslaved persons' experiences in Somerset's hospital? And what was the Plantation Hospital furnished with? In July of 2000, DCF Engineering was hired to create design plans and construction blueprints for the reconstruction of the hospital, and by September 2001, A.R. Chesson & Sons was chosen to carry out the reconstruction. In the design and development phase, DCF worked with both Somerset and North Carolina historic sites to fine-tune Ruth Little's recommendations and make them into detailed architectural plans. One thing, for instance, in Little's report that was omitted from the final design was a shed roof over the front door of the hospital. With an opening date for the hospital set for October 2003, a construction crew got to work building the hospital. The materials and building methods they used were historically appropriate and rooted in the hospital's archaeological and historical record. The hospital is reconstructed with bandsawn cypress wood, and framing members were joined based on general carpentry practices of the time period, as well as specific evidence Steele and Aycock found while examining the Chesson House. Additionally, one of the walls in the hospital's central passage was made into a partition to allow visitors to see a fully furnished room. From 2003 until 2005, Somerset carried out a furnishing plan for the hospital that was created with assistance from curators, scholars, and other experts in medical history and material culture. Somerset Place Foundation, Inc. held a fundraiser to purchase antique medical instruments, while Somerset Place had other items, like the hospital beds and the splints hanging on the walls, reproduced based on 19th century images of those objects. Today, visitors to Somerset Place can tour the only reconstructed plantation hospital currently in existence. At the same time the plantation hospital was being reconstructed, the two-story house for enslaved persons, known as the Suki Davis home, was also being reconstructed. We'll cover that reconstruction in a future video, so stay tuned. And until then, thanks for watching.